That was pretty sharp. Cillizza is from the WashingtonPost.com. Bonnie Erbe has hosted the PBS TV show To the Contrary, and she's a syndicated columnist. Bonnie, what's your reaction to what you just heard from Senator McCain?
What you're seeing here is in the primary part of the election season, you see the candidates playing to their base. On the left, on the Democrats, rather, that's the extreme left. On the Republicans, that's the extreme right. Senator McCain has sewn up his nomination for all intents and purposes. So he's trying to go back to the middle here. The Democrats' strong hand. This is the Democrats' race to lose. They are stronger, seen as stronger on the economy. And, of course, he has to run away from 8 years of President Bush, whose approval numbers are now down in the 20s. And he does that by saying, I believe that global warming exists, that it is man-made, and that we need to do something about it, as opposed to the Bush approach, which is we don't know if it exists, and if it exists, we had nothing to do with it.
Well, Cillizza, is it a kind of strategy that would work for John McCain?
Whereas what he said is where he said it. He was in Oregon. Make no mistake, John McCain is trying to grow the map in ways that he thinks are helpful to him. He's made stops in Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Oregon. These are places where he thinks that he may, a McCain Republican as opposed to a Bush Republican, that's a very important distinction if you think John McCain has a chance in the fall, where a McCain Republican would have a chance of winning. So he goes out to Oregon. He makes a very prominent break with the mentality towards the global warming on the part of the Bush administration. Bonnie's exactly right. If John McCain wants to have a chance in this election, he cannot be painted as a third term for the Bush administration. I think where he goes and what he says when he gets there, especially when it relates to global warming, is a key first step in trying to put some distance between himself and the current president.
Chris and Bonnie, I want to play something for you that is ricocheting around the internet. This is something that was posted on MotherJones.com. It's on a different issue. It's video of Pastor Rod Parsley of the World Harvest Church juxtaposed with Senator McCain thanking Pastor Parsley for introducing him at an event earlier this year. Watch.
Islam is an anti-Christ religion that intends through violence to conquer the world.
And I'm very honored today to have one of the truly great leaders in America, a moral compass, a spiritual guide, Pastor Rod Parsley, who is here.
The fact is that America was founded, I'm going to stagger you right now, America was founded in part with the intention of seeing this false religion destroyed.
Cillizza, that's some pretty strong stuff just in terms of television standards. Hagee, of course, was much more sort of dull and maybe didn't get the traction. This is all over the internet. Does it hurt John McCain, though, since we're talking about maybe Republican audience that may not disagree with some of this stuff?
Well, you know, David, I feel like ever since Reverend Wright hit YouTube, we've been, Democrats and many in the media have been looking for, is there a comparative for John McCain? Hagee, as you mentioned, was one. This is the next. Again, I think it is different in kind. Reverend Jeremiah Wright was Barack Obama's pastor. He baptized his children. He married Barack and Michelle Obama. He inspired Barack Obama's book, The Audacity of Hope. This is someone who, while he no longer has a close relationship with him, Barack Obama once did have a close relationship. Now, you could equate John McCain praising Rod Parsley and introducing him at an event. I think that that's apples and oranges. Of course, you never know how these things play out in a political campaign, but it doesn't seem to me that depth of relationship that led to the continued controversy over Wright.
Bonnie Erbe declaring war on Islam. That seems like the kind of thing that could hurt John McCain if he doesn't distance himself from it.
Well, yes, but let's remember, too, here that he did not win Christian conservatives in his party in the election, in the primary season. Those votes went to Huckabee, who is now out of the race. But he does need to win Christian conservatives who are threatening, some of them, to stay home in November, and they would listen to this kind of rhetoric and actually be attracted by it, many of them, maybe not with his second comment, but certainly with his first comment.
Bonnie Erbe, who's the host of PBS To the Contrary, and Cillizza from WashingtonPost.com, thank you both very much. Very, very interesting stuff today.
Thanks, David.